Hello everyone, welcome to Rep Sports. I'm Srishti and alongside I have Rohit Juglan and Amit Shah from Durham today. And first things first, yesterday Shreyas Iyer made a statement on Web of Suryavanshi, which is all over the social media, which is all over the internet. So I would like to ask Rohit Bhai first that what exactly happened over there? What was Shreyas Iyer's exact statement around which internet is blowed up? Everybody's talking about Shreyas Iyer's statement on Web of Suryavanshi.
So, Srishti, let me, come to the point, obviously, straight away. That was a very, important question. And again, things which are going on at this point of time in social media, we will talk about that. But as of now, we are still many hours away from the game. You can see right behind me that it's cloudy here. So it's not going to be easy. The first thing which I want to, put on record that it is cloudy at this moment. There is a little bit of breeze. The Another important point is that at this point of time we are at least 20 minutes away from the stadium, and that's by car. Means there is a fair bit of distance when you talk about where exactly we are staying and then where the ground actually is, the Chesterley Street, the riverside ground. So at this point of time it's overcast. At this point of time it's breezy. It was sunny when we woke up in the morning, but now it is overcast. And what we are getting from the local apps here, that there could be
Mhm.
some rain during the time of the match also. So again, a very important point, and why I'm saying this, because it's the same thing in Ireland also, which Shreyas Iyer said in that press conference, that the dimensions of the ground, the conditions, and the obviously he also said that they are better than us, as far as bowling, batting, and fielding is concerned in all three departments. But the main thing is that, again, dimension wise, this ground is not a typical cricket ground like a oval shape or a circle shape. This is not a oval shape or circle shape ground. So there's going to be a challenge as far as field settings are concerned. That's what he said in his yesterday's press conference. Not as per this ground, but yes, he said this, that in Ireland I was finding it a little difficult to set the field. Now here also, if you go by the dimensions, it's little difficult, for a regular player who's playing in oval shaped cricket grounds in India, in Australia, in any part of the world except this part. Yes, New Zealand also, Shabai can tell it in detail, that in New Zealand also you'll find different kind of grounds as far as their shapes and size are concerned. But yeah, that's going to be one thing. And obviously, which you asked me around Suryavanshi. So obviously internet is divided, because internet at this point of time, they don't have any kind of filters, they don't have any kind of
Yeah.
responsibilities or any kind of accountability, so they can say whatever they want to. But even the journalist who asked that question, he said that it was straight on from Shreyas Iyer. Yes, there were multiple things being said about, can you can you ignore the fact that at this point of time there is no buzz around Vaibhav Suryavanshi? That's a means, for me or for fans here, that would be completely fake if I said this, that there won't be any kind of buzz around Suryavanshi. And Indian team knows this, that what kind of attention he is getting at this point of time, be it in Ireland, in that team hotel. We know that what kind of a chanting was going on when Suryavanshi coming out of the bus, or when Suryavanshi getting into the hotel, or the only player they want to see at that point of time. So when you talk about the articles, everything which is written in social media at this point of time, or everything which has been reported by the mainstream media here, be it in Ireland, be it here, the main thing is that the focus is on Suryavanshi, without a doubt. You look at the context of today's day and age, and you see that it's a FIFA World Cup going on, and for this country, England is doing well. There's a Wimbledon going on. We all know that what Wimbledon is for this part of the globe, and obviously in the world also, but exactly what for this part of the world, it's their tournament. The Wimbledon is their tournament. So a FIFA World Cup is going on where England is playing well. There's a Wimbledon going on. There's a test match going on. Means there was a test match going on at that point of time, England versus New Zealand. There was a Ben Stoke retirement, one of their best
Yeah.
players. Everything is going on, and at that point of time, if you are sending multiple correspondents from a single newspaper, website, digital, anything like that, it means Suryavanshi. And look at the posters made by the broadcasters. It has a Suryavanshi face. So everything which is going around at this point of time is telling you that you cannot ignore Suryavanshi at this point of time, and you cannot, believe in the fact that it's not going towards to the team management, or towards to the team people. that yes, he is enjoying a hell lot of a buzz here. It's all about Vaibhav Suryavanshi that I can, vouch for. Everyone I'm talking to, be it a journalist. Yesterday, I was talking to one journalist. He said that 1 year ago, I wrote an article in detail about Samastipur, Tajpur. You listen to this and, believe in this, that the people sitting in England writing about Tajpur and Samastipur. Can you ever believe this? This is what Suryavanshi did. And yesterday also, one English journalist came to me and he said,
Mhm.
I want the press conference. Do you have the press conference? Because I missed the India press conference. I said, yes, why not? You can have this English press conference. And then what exactly happened when I was about to give him, he came back to me again and said that, can you just send me the pointers related to Suryavanshi? This is
Oh.
what exactly happening. And this kind of fandom was only enjoyed by either a Virat Kohli or earlier than him, Shabai can vouch for this, that Sachin Tendulkar. This is the kind of fandom which these guys enjoyed. So I have, in these 7 8 days, I have multiple Suryavanshi stories as far as a journalist is concerned. I remember this, when I was in Ireland, there were people coming from BBC and they were asking, what is the right pronunciation?
Mhm.
Is it Vaibhav Suryavanshi, Suryavanshi?
Okay.
What is the right pronunciation as far as his name is concerned? So I have a dozen of stories as far as the fans are concerned, the broadcasters are concerned, the journalists are concerned. I'm talking about local, not the Indian part of it. If I come down to the Indian part of Suryavanshi, you can see all of our coverage, not me,
Mhm.
not the Rev Sports, but other people who are here also. They are only talking and only asking about Suryavanshi. Look at the press conference. There were 6 7 questions around Ben Stokes from Harry Brook. And only one player they asked from the India point of view, and that's Vaibhav Suryavanshi. They can have easily asked about the Shreyas Iyer, the new captain, who did really well as far as the IPL is concerned. They can ask about Ishan Kishan, Abhishek Sharma. Ishan Kishan today promoted as number one T20I batter. Abhishek Sharma, number two in that list.
Yeah.
World champions India. They didn't ask any question as far as these all things are concerned. They asked only one thing: Vaibhav Suryavanshi. That's the kind of thing he's enjoying as far as this discussions and chatters and articles are concerned. Yes, but the main part is, will he get a debut or not?
Yeah, that is the serious questions because everybody, including the broadcasters, including the fans, everyone, each and every person, I have seen so many photos and visuals in social media where, people were hanging some board on their neck and it was written that we have, covered this much kilometer to watch Vaibhav Suryavanshi. And yeah, he did not get his debut cap like against Ireland. So Amit, according to you, like you were also there with Rohit. So what are the chances of Vaibhav Suryavanshi getting his debut cap today? And also about the weather, like if it rains, then it will be totally dependent on toss. And Team India already lost 2 matches against Ireland. So how do you look at these particular situations currently which Indian team is facing?
See, Srishti, as we all
Yeah.
know about the Indian team management, especially the Gautam Gambhir, and that Shreyas Iyer is also cleared in the press conference yesterday, which I have asked him that being a skipper, you are feeling the pressure that one batsman who scored tons of runs in the IPL and he is sitting on the bench. So, do you think it's a pressure
Hmm.
for you? And from outside also, all the former players like Syed Kirmani and Sunny Gavaskar, they are also saying that why you are not giving a chance to Vaibhav Sooryavanshi from first game. So these kind of a
Hmm.
pressure, I ask him that will you feel the pressure being a captain? He says no. We all have a set of a plan. Each and every players know their role, and he said that Abhishek and Sanju they have done better in past because they are the match winning players and in World Cup, you can see Sanju was the main. Sanju has bagged the Man of the Match award. And Ishan Kishan,
Yeah.
after his comeback in the Indian team, he is consistently he's performing. So I guess I think uh, in the loss of the Ireland CC series, I don't
Hmm.
think so that Indian team management will do any changes in the opening slot. I guess Vaibhav Suryavanshi have to wait for a couple of games. If Sanju or Abhishek doesn't score a runs in first two games, then might be he'll get a chance in either Nottingham or Bristol. But I don't think so. And the other part you are saying that the overcast weather will be there. Then might be the team management will think. But I think there is hardly 5% chances. because when in
Okay.
this kind of a condition, when this overcast condition, ball will come really nicely on the bat. And
Hmm.
Abhishek and Sanju both are master in that to score the runs. And as the Rohit has mentioned, the ground's dimension, this ground is a little bit square one. And I think the straight boundary is long and square boundary little bit shorter. So we need to check that whether team management will come into the ground, and that time maybe, because here the keeps are weather are keep changing. If I can show you here
Hmm.
upstairs, you can see
Yeah, yeah, please.
the clouds are there, the black clouds are there everywhere. So
Hmm.
maybe the team management will decide that what time the weather, when the game starts at 5:30 your local time, that time the team management
Hmm.
decide what to do. But more or less, I guess the message is clear from the team that they will go unchanged opening pair. Might be there is a one change in the team, that Varun Chakravarti will come and Suryan Shedge will out, which is I feel.
Okay, so Varun Chakravarti can come in and Suryan Shedge again, like he can miss out the game. Yeah, so that by that I think Rohit, we can like think of the 11 of being Varun and Harshit Rana, Arshdeep Singh, and the thing Amit said that
Prince
Prince
Yadav.
Yadav could also be, yeah, Prince
Prince
Yadav
Yadav,
could
Prince
also
Yadav.
be in the, Prince Yadav. So according to like the bowling lineup which currently Indian team has. So do you think Varun Chakravarti will get a walkover, like he just cured his injury, just came back from the injury? So do you think that he will get his chance in the 11, or the Indian team management might wait for 1 or 2 games to, like bring Varun back into the 11?
I don't think that they will wait because his record versus
Okay.
England is really good, and the kind of the deceptiveness he has, the kind of a little bit of those unknown factors about his bowling. Yes, English team did really well against him in that semi-final in Mumbai, and he was struggling at that point of time from that very South Africa game in the league stage, and from there onwards. If you see him against Zimbabwe, also, if you see him against West Indies, also, it wasn't the same Varun Chakravarti we used to see,
Hmm.
or the kind of performances he has done and delivered. He has in all that time, it's not the same Varun Chakravarti. But in the later part of the IPL, even the first part of the IPL didn't went that well for him, but the second part of the IPL, where it was, the wicket was really like what he wants, as far as the wicket conditions and the nature of the wicket is very much according to him, and that's when things started changing. So for me, still, if you see this Indian cricket team, they are not giving chance, still not chance for a Ravi Bishnoi. And I think the
Yeah.
deceptiveness, his record against this English team, yes, this is going to be a different condition altogether, and this is going to be a different challenge for Varun Chakravarti also, especially in these kind of conditions, which we are seeing at this point of time. It's completely overcast, so you have to see that, as far as Varun is concerned. As per last day, means yesterday's practice, he was very
Hmm.
much there with the main bowlers. There was this two nets where there were spinners and their fast bowlers, and majorly in the nets there were net bowlers who were bowling, and on the other part, just near the center wicket, there was this one-on-one session going with Sairaj Bhautale was also there, Mone Mokal was also there, Gautam Gambhir. So Gautam initiated the practice session only with a conversation with spinners, and it was looking like an animated chat. I don't want to use the term anger, because whenever you see Gautam Gambhir, he looks quite serious to you, but it's not always the case that he is angry with the team. It's so easy to say that, oh, Gautam Gambhir looked
Hmm.
angry in that conversation. No, it was just an animated kind of a discussion where all the spinners were there, the spin bowling coach was there, and then you see the kind of reactions you are getting. It was looking like that, yes, Gautam Gambhir wants serious business as far as spinners are concerned, and so is fast bowlers, because yes, in the second game versus Ireland, your bowling did well as compared to your first game. But I think there is still a lot of scope as far as their fast bowlers and the spinners are concerned. And then you need a better catching also. India dropped multiple catches, and this
100%.
is not for the very first time. And one again, when I'm saying drop catches, it's never related to the fielding coach T. Dilip, because I vouch this for multiple tournaments now. Rev Sports go for almost everything. And when I had a chat with Shubhanda also, or Amit Bhai is here,
Hmm.
Debashish Da, Shamik Da, everyone, we cover almost everything as far as Indian cricket is concerned. We always know this, that T. Dilip was among the first one who hit the field and then the last one to go from the field. And his sessions, like look at yesterday's session with the fielding side. There was three kind of different catching scenarios. One, obviously, for the reflexes, that you were not sighting the ball, you were on the other side, and the ball was hidden from that side. And then suddenly, when the ball was hit, they say that now go for it. So you don't know at the point of when the ball was hitting the bat, you don't know at that point of time that where it's going. So you have to see the ball first and then adjust your direction. So it gives you more time, because in the during the match you will obviously see the bat, but here you are not seeing the bat, what actually the batter or the coach is trying to do. So this gives you a reflection, means a good reflexes. And then the other part was the straight catches. Before that there was throwdowns, and after that there was high catches in the boundary rope. So there were multiple things has been done. This team doesn't want to waste time as far as practice sessions are concerned. I heard this from a particular coach, I don't want to name him, but he said that time waste nahi karna hai zyada. Let's start with the other drill. So for me, I think the way this team knows that there will be a lot of pressure now, because you it was a clean sweep versus Ireland. They 2-0 you,
Yeah,
and after that it is again starting with the same kind of weather. Maybe a better looking bowling attack. Obviously, there is no Josh Tongue. Obviously, there is no Jofra Archer. But look at a Luke
hmm,
Wood. Look at a Shakib Mahmood. Look at someone like a Sam Curran. You have a Adil Rashid, who Virat Kohli himself said is the best ODI bowler he has faced. So there are multiple options, with this team. And then there is Liam Dawson also. So you have a left arm, you have a leggy, you have a left arm pacer, you have right arm pacer, you have pace, you have bowlers who can bowl with the new ball. Uh, Suddenly a question that who will bowl with the old ball in the death overs. But I think this is a good looking bowling attack, and plus the batting depth they have. Almost
100%.
around Liam Dawson they have 7-8 batters. So if India can carry 8 batters, they can't say that, oh, the other team doesn't have that batting depth. They have the batters. Yes, Butler you have to see, because we have seen him in IPL also, not in that kind of form. Then you have to see Harry Brook also. But people like Jacob Bethel, people like Phil Salt, we all know that what they can do.
100%, very rightly said, because again, like Ireland team, and that was also not the first string Ireland team. We all know that,
Yes,
right? Like Jamundra, he
yes.
was
There were
exceptional.
almost
There was no doubt.
half a dozen injuries to that team. And that's why there is
Yeah,
opportunity for a Jai Mundra.
yeah, and Jamundra did a very good job. Like honestly,
Yes.
Indian batters were unable to read his ball, that what was actually happening. We have seen Sanju Samson's dismissal also against Jamundra, so he was exceptional. Coming to Amit, when we are talking about Varun Chakravarti walking in the playing 11, and like Suryavanshi slash Washington Sundar, because Washington Sundar played the first match against Ireland, missing out. The like kind of obsession Indian management have for batting depth, don't you think that somehow there will be one batter less if Varun Chakravarti is, like taking a place of Suryan Shetty or Washington Sundar, because this bowling lineup is bit better than the Ireland bowling lineup, I guess.
See, definitely, Srishti. I think
Hmm.
the Varun Chakravarti, after Varun Chakravarti's inclusion into the team, I guess this Washington Sundar's role will be a little bit easier because you get one good spinner along with the Akshar Patel. So I guess and Washington Sundar is far better than batsman than Suryan Sherge. Suryanshi is a medium pace all rounder,
100%.
but I think you have a Shivam Dubey into the team. So I don't think so. Suryan Shetty will get the chance into the team. But that yesterday, which I have heard from the bowling coach, there is a extra because see now there is a two spinning all-rounder into the team, Akshar Patel as well as the Washington Sundar. And as Rohit said that England's batting lineup is far better. Their batting lineup is up to 8 number. Even India also have that kind of a batting lineup. But now the condition has been changed. In Ireland, the condition was different. The wind factor was there, and all these Indian batsmen they're hitting the ball, but ball was not clearing the boundary line. Here it's
Mhm.
completely, I think the here is completely different ball game, and
Yeah,
definitely I think that all the middle order batsmen they are playing little bit. They are just keep rotating the strikes, which I feel, and see, there is a meeting has happened last night also with the all-rounders, which I have heard. My sources was saying, and I think in these kind of conditions, your power power play is most important. When India will bowl,
Mhm.
then your power play is most important. You need at least 2 or 3 wickets. Arshdeep Singh always gives you early strikes, but along with Arshdeep, you need Harshit Rana and Prince Yadav as to take the wickets. At least if India will take the 3 wickets in the power play, then maybe India will come back, and then it would be easier for the spinners. And see, at this kind of a ground, 200 runs is very less score. So each and everyone have to put their 100% on the field, and then maybe the biggest thing for India, big news for India, that Josh Tongue and I think Archer is not playing in this game. So maybe it's an advantage
Yeah.
for India that you can just win your for the game, and we have an opportunity to do 1-0 lead after the end of the test play.
Yeah, hopefully, like because like Indian team management or in fact Indian team, they can't afford like three losses at a row, like hat trick of losses. They can't afford that. It's as simple as that. So they need to create a proper 11, and also they have to make sure they have to make sure that the 11 they are playing, they turn out to be the best one. So coming to Rohit, according to you, how, like, what kind of pitch Indian team can expect, and also on that pitch, which batters of Indian team could enjoy the batting?
So if you look at the last few games here at this particular wicket, it's not a wicket where you can say that, oh, you can every time walk in and score a 200 or a 225 or a 230, maybe what this Indian team enjoys to score. We saw in the T20 World
Yeah.
Cup that at the very starting stage it was not that kind of wicket they like, but after that Ahmedabad game, look at the Chennai wicket, look at the Eden Gardens wicket, and look at the Wankhede and then the Ahmedabad wicket. They almost scored 200 plus every time they played. And before the World Cup also, whenever they are getting opportunities, they've scored 200 quite easily. But these are not
Hmm.
that easy wickets. If you look at the 100 record, or maybe the last time, by the way, last time England played against India, that was the very semi-final, which I think, if memory serves me right, it's by 7 run. They lost by 7 runs in that one KD semi-final.
Yes.
So
Yes.
coming from there, it's a very solid batting lineup. The only thing is that these two batting lineups are quite heavily, invested by the batters who can really take the strike rate to 200 with not a, not a lot of, without doing any kind of hard work, or play in such a manner where they have to invest a lot as far as consuming the balls are concerned. So for me, I think, yes, maybe if you get little over 200, that will give you edge. But I don't think at the very start, if you see a couple of deliveries moving away here and there, I think
Mhm.
Indians have to see that what's the par score, rather than going for the maximum. They can really look for the optimum. But the kind of conditions here at this point of time, I don't know what will be the weather like in next couple of hours, because next couple of hours are very important from here onwards. And in this part of, not in this part of the world, in whole of the England or the UK, you see things change in a couple of hours, maybe sometimes in an hour. And that's why they say that whenever you are going out from your house, take an umbrella or a wind cheater, because you don't know what the weather be like in next hour or so. So for me, I think if it's rain, because it's not rain at this point of time. Last night there was rain. It was
Mhm.
drizzling down, and then there was raining a little bit. But from the morning, it was very sunny in the morning, and then at this point of time it's overcast. What we are seeing here in the apps, that there could be chances of rain during the match also. So if it rains, then I don't think that a 200 on the cards we can say that, oh, today they will score 200. There will be then, somewhere you have to see between 160 to 180. And this particular ground, I'm not seeing the outfield also really done, because it's somewhere at some part of the time, in the outfield area, it was really pale at some part of the outfield. It's not lush green, which we used to see in England because of a lot of rain and because of the weather. You used to see that a lot of greener outfield, greenish outfield. But here it's little pale on certain sides also. So what Shreyas said in the press conference about that, that Stormont cricket ground, I think this is not very different from it. But yeah, the only advantage is that Indian team is not playing here after 20 years, what actually the case with Belfast. They played there almost after
Mhm.
19 years. The last game they played there in 2007. So at this point of time, Chesterley Street, they used to often more, if you compare it with, a Belfast cricket ground. But again, this is not again some place where you can say that, oh, we are very much used to it. It's not a Manchester or a Nottingham or a London or a Southampton maybe. Yes, so I think things will be a little trickier as far as Indian batting in concern. And just the last point about the batting, whenever you
Okay.
see that it's not a flat deck or it's not something where it's coming onto the bat really well, this team struggles. We have seen it that this team, be it a spin friendly wicket or a pace friendly wicket, this team struggles. So I really want to see that if it is the case that if it is moving a little bit, if it is
Mm-hmm.
not coming nicely into the bat, then who is your go-to person? Who is your crisis man? Then I really want to see that. So yeah, an interesting time, and let's see that what the weather holds. We'll give you all the reports from the ground. We'll do all the live broadcasts from here. We'll give you all the details around the playing 11 also. But yeah, at this point of time, it's quite overcast.
Yeah, okay, it's quite overcast, understandable. So before we wrap up the show, Amit, another question to you. Like we talked about like England's bowling lineup, like England's bowling is good and this that, but India's bowling lineup is also good. And with the overcast conditions, with the pitch, everything which Rohit shared with us, who are the bowlers from India's side who could get a good help in this pitch and these conditions, according to you?
See, which I mentioned earlier, that if the weather will be like same, then Arshdeep plays a crucial role. And sometimes when these kind of questions Arshdeep will take 2 or 3 wickets in the power play. So we need the we need the good combination from the other part also. If Arshdeep is taking
Hmm.
the wickets, then Prince Yadav and Harshit Rana have to create the pressure. If from one end Arshdeep is taking the wickets or any bowler is taking the wickets, then the other bowler, they are giving the runs. I think this is not possible. They need to come with one proper planning, and similar your spinners, because your spinners have to bowl very tightly. You don't forget in England, I guess this is the similar kind of a weather in Leeds, because Adil Rashid is staying in Leeds. He's playing in the similar kind of a condition, similar kind of a wicket. So he have a proper idea how to bowl in this kind of a surface, and he has trouble in India in the past when So maybe these kind of a
Yeah.
things India needs to implement in the spinners, because our spinners are not
Hmm.
done well in these last 2 games which played in Ireland. So we need a collective performance from our bowling unit as well as all-rounders, and the middle order need to score some runs. Then only India will have a chance to take up one lead in this game.
Okay, very rightly said. So one last question before we wrap the show. So Rohit, according to you, like just in case if India loses this match, so what are the
Yeah,
changes you would look up to in the playing 11, which can take place in the next match? Just in
I don't
case,
think.
like
No, no, it is quite possible.
it
I'm
can
only giving
happen.
it 50-50. I'm only giving it 50-50 because, if you look at England team, they are looking quite settled. Yes, there is a thing that they are also maybe 6 months, ago. You can say them also that they are a team in transition, but I think they have found their players really well. Someone like a Jacob Bethel, someone like obviously Harry Brook captaining this side, and at the top there was Phil Salt also. So we know these players, that what these players can do. And bowling wise also, we know what a Adil Rashid can do, what a Liam Dawson can do, what a Shakib Mahmood can do. Yes, Shakib Mahmood only gets he's only getting the opportunity because there's no Jofra Archer or maybe a Josh Tongue. If there's an availability of both of them, I think it would be really difficult for at that point of time for someone like a Shakib Mahmood to get into this team. But for now, if you see the kind of bowling attack they have, the kind of batters they have, the kind of batting depth they have, I don't think that we can say easily that, oh, it will be an easy win for India. And this is especially after Ireland, because I was surprised with the answer of Shreyas Iyer when he said that they punched over their
Hmm.
weight. If you are
Yeah.
coming to a condition which is not very much, you haven't played in such kind of conditions, you haven't played in such kind of weather, the ground, the air thing. It's not new that you're coming to a country and saying, oh, the air is something, the wind, the flow of the wind is such that we can't able to adjust
Agreed.
to that. For that,
Hmm.
There's a country like New Zealand. There will be more wind than a Belfast if you compare it with New Zealand. So in New Zealand, you cannot say this.
In Basin Reserve ground.
Yeah.
In
And then
Basin
we
Reserve.
all know that windy Wellington, it's already means I was watching yesterday a flight which is very near to touchdown, and they have to take off the
Mhm.
flight because there is so much wind. And we, from our childhood days, we always heard about this windy Wellington. There were multiple times that the bales was fallen off from the wicket. So my thing is, this is a Indian cricket team. This is not a team who can give these kind of excuses that, oh, there's wind there.
100%.
There, there was a Shivam Dubey shot. If you look at the second T20 match, there was a Shivam Dubey shot that was all tapped from the Ireland bowlers because they bowl according to the plan. They were very much, no, and exactly when I saw that, the Dubey hit a ball to the square leg boundary, towards the square leg boundary, and it hold by the air. If there is no air, it will be a comfortable six in any part of the ground. But because it was wind from that way, and if you're looking at the wind from the very start, it was somewhere around 26 kilometer per hour, 30 kilometer per hour. So it's not normal as far as these island conditions are concerned. I was talking to one of the members of the support staff and the coaches, and he said to me the same thing, that have you seen the airspeed at that point of time from the very start of the match. So then you come to know this, that in these kind of conditions, if wind is a problem, this can't be a excuse for an Indian team that, oh, we are not used to of wind, oh, we are not used to of the dimensions. As I said in the earlier part of my video, that if you ask Amit Shah bhai, the New Zealand grounds are like that only. The grounds you will get maybe in the LA Olympics will be like that only. The grounds you will get in different parts of England like that only. I don't, if memory serves me right, I don't think there was in last test match, there was, apart from a single or two grounds, there either there was a slope on the field, that's the Lord's cricket ground, or there is a slope, or there is a
Yeah.
uphill run up to the pitch. We were playing cricket after that Headingley test. Shahbhai was there, I was there, Shubhanda was there, and we were batting and bowling in that very wicket where the game got over. And when we were running from one end, opposite from the media end, it was like this. The run was like this, slightly like this. So
Mhm.
you were running in a slope, in an upward slope. So if these are the
Understandable.
conditions, and then Shreyas Iyer saying in the press conference that it's at sometimes it was really difficult for me to put the fielders. So that shows that if you are going to have only one practice session, and you are coming, and I remember this Shubman Gill saying this from that Australia T20I series, that you
Mhm.
cannot play cricket like this. Means you're coming from a series, on the very next day you are playing another. You are coming from a Asia Cup final, 2 days after that there's a West Indies series, and it's drizzling down. When I'm talking to you, it's drizzling started here. So just the
Okay.
final thing, that this can't be the things you can said that there was a problem with the wind, there was a problem with the size of the ground, there was a problem with the outfield. Okay, chalo, let me take the outfield part, that it is difficult if the outfield is not
Mhm.
there, not well, and it's now more than the drizzle. It's raining now, started raining. So just the final thing, that here you can find the same challenges. Wind will be a problem, rain will be a problem, and the conditions will be a problem. Problem means this will be new for you, coming from a day night cricket, a 2 months, 2.5 months day night cricket, then from flat wickets, then from a hot and humid conditions, to a temperature of 18, 16, 12, 14, to a part where it's windy, to a part where different kind of wickets are there, different kind of sizes as far the ground is concerned. It will get trickier for you. So you know I think it will be a difficult task as far as this Indian cricket team is concerned. And this is a really good England team. And when they have the services of the Jofra Archers and obviously the
Mhm.
Josh Tungs, then it will be more tough for this Indian cricket team. So yeah, we can expect a very good and fiery brand of cricket from both the sides. Srishti.
One
Yeah.
bottom line which
Hopefully,
I need
let
to
hope.
add, one
Yeah.
bottom
Please go
line,
on.
that's
Please go on.
you are the World Cup winning team, and you have to perform
Mhm.
like that. That each and every support staff has conveyed these things to Indian team players that we are the and see these kind of weather is not a new for the Indian players, which I know because
Yeah.
most of the players they have traveled for India A team and everywhere. So these kind of condition is similar for them. So don't they can't give these kind of excuses and just give the advantage, take the advantage. I don't think so. So might be now that two game, forget that past, forget that Ireland series result. You have to play for the 100% result, which I think.
See, I totally agree with this. You are the number one T20I team. The number one T20 batsman is in your team. The number second T20I batsman is in your team. One of the world's best spinner, Varun Chakravarti, is in your team. So you cannot say that, oh, this happened or that happened, or you cannot even say that, like we are in a transition period or something like that. Indian T20 side is so strong. It's so strong that we, as an Indian team fans, we can create three different teams and we can make them play to three different teams and they can win the three matches also. It's as simple as that. Wind or dimensions or anything, nothing can be excused with this Indian team with the batting lineup having again Abhishek Sharma, Ishan Kishan, Sanju Samson, Shreyas Iyer, Tilak Verma, one of the best batting lineup, one of the best bowling lineup. So at the end, the things which were not done perfectly by Indian team in the Ireland series. I hope they do that perfectly in this England series. There are 5 matches. They have a lot of time. They can figure out which kind of 11 they want, which batters they want to, like fire up. They want to give Suryavanshi a debut or not. That's totally up to them. But at the end, for today's day, it would be important for Indian team, irrespective of the conditions, irrespective of the rain and drizzling. It would be important for the Indian team to win this match because they can't afford a hat trick of losses. It's as simple as that. You cannot
Very true.
lose three matches at a row. So that's the thing.
Very true.
So I really hope that irrespective of the conditions and wins and like whatsoever, Indian team wins these matches and also they would create a good playing 11. Rohit, you wanted to say something?
No, 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 no. Just
No?
that the drizzle
Okay.
started. Yeah.
Okay, the drizzle started. So I hope the weather clears about the drizzle stops before the game. So I think that would be it. For now, all the updates about the Indian team, about the playing 11 conditions and each and everything will be given to all the fans at Rev Sports. Rohit Juklan and Amit Shah are there for all the updates, and I hope that Indian teams win this match. So that would be it for now. For more such updates, news, and latest news, keep watching Rev Sports. Thanks for watching.